Hey guys, you will notice the title of this video is Grit plus a little surprise with like 5 eyes. The surprise is that this is my new platform. This is my YouTube channel, Cassie Marie Miller. I know, clever, right? It's my name. Most of you who know me know that I sort of live out loud, and I like to use my experiences and my story and my thoughts that I think to inspire and encourage and uplift others any way that I can. And to annoy also those people who don't appreciate inspiring, uplifting, encouraging, motivational things. Luckily I am successful in all the areas. I know that I annoy some people, but I also know that I inspire and encourage and motivate and uplift, and that is my mission, and that is what I am going to continue to do unapologetically. So, a couple of years ago, right around the time I was going through my divorce, I posted a lot of, and I didn't really have a platform other than my personal Facebook page. I posted a lot of the aforementioned, to encouraging, stay strong, you can do it, even on days I didn't think I could do it myself. I survived a lot of things that I didn't think I was going to be able to survive. I didn't think I was mentally equipped to get past it. But here I am. Anyways, some people told me I should start a blog, and I was like, not really a blogger. It's probably not going to happen. But lo and behold, I've pretty much blogged my way through the last couple of years to where I am today, and so this is how we're going to do this from now on. So for those of you who don't know me, which is probably a large majority of you, because I'm basically nobody right now. I'm not an internet sensation quite yet. Goals. So, I am a single mother of 5, beautiful children, wonderful children. I'm obsessed with my family. I am a daughter and a sister and a friend and an aunt, a niece, and a cousin. Oh my gosh, I'm so many things to so many people. I am a dental assistant. I'm a waitress. I am a business owner, an entrepreneur. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm a recovering anorexic. I'm obsessed with makeup and spicy foods and the Lord. He has saved me more times than I care to count, and I just am basically just a girl who decided to go for it, and just kind of never give up. Not kind of. There's no kinda about it. Never give up. It's a never give up attitude. Okay, so I'm in the middle of Grit. I'm not nearly in the middle of it. I'm on page 23, but we are going to kick it in gear because there are 277 pages in this book, and come hell or high water, we are going to finish this book before I start sharing, the other aspects of life that I want to share that I hope that people can relate to. You don't have to be in recovery from anything. You don't even have to have anything in common with me, honestly, but there's always an opportunity. You just never know who you can be a lifeline for, and so that's my mission, to be a lifeline. So those of you who joined me earlier know where I am, and those of you who didn't don't know and probably don't care, but here we go, get the ball rolling. For years, several national surveys have asked, which is more important to success, talent or effort? Americans are about twice as likely to single out effort. The same is true when you ask Americans about athletic ability, and when asked, if you were hiring a new employee, which of the following qualities would you think is most important? Americans endorse being hardworking nearly 5 times as often as they endorse intelligence. The results of these surveys are consistent with questionnaires that psychologist Chaya Jung Se, nailed it, has given to musical experts who, when asked, reliably endorse effortful training as more important than natural talent. But when she probes attitudes more indirectly, she exposes a bias that tips in exactly the opposite direction. We love naturals, which is something I am not. I'm a striver. I have to be, because I'm not a natural. In her experiments, professional musicians learn about two pianists whose biographies are identical in terms of prior achievements. The subjects listen to a short clip of these individuals playing piano. Unbeknownst to the listeners, a single pianist is in fact playing different parts of the same piece. What varies is that one pianist is described as a natural with early evidence of innate talent. The other is described as a striver with early evidence of high motivation and perseverance. In direct contradiction to their stated beliefs about the importance of effort versus talent, musicians judge the natural to be more likely to succeed and more hireable. As a follow-up study, she tested whether this same inconsistency would be evident in a very different domain where hard work and striving are celebrated. Entrepreneurship. Holla. She recruited hundreds of adults with varying levels of experience in business and randomly divided them into two groups. Half of her research subjects read the profile of a striver entrepreneur described as having achieved success through hard work, effort, and experience. The other half read the profile of a natural entrepreneur described as having achieved success through innate ability. All participants listened to the same audio recording of a business proposal and were told the recording was made by the specific entrepreneur they'd read about. Tricky. As in her study of musicians, she found that naturals were rated higher for likelihood of success and being hireable, and that their business proposals were judged superior in quality. In a related study, she found that when people were forced to choose between backing one of two entrepreneurs, one identified as a striver, the other a natural, they tended to favor the natural. In fact, the point of indifference between a striver and a natural was only reached when the striver had 4 more years of leadership and $40,000 more in startup capital. Her research pulls back the curtain on our ambivalence toward talent and effort. What we say we care about may not correspond with what deep down we actually believe to be more valuable. It's a little like saying we don't care at all about physical attractiveness in a romantic partner, and then, when it comes to actually choosing whom to date, picking the cute guy over the nice guy. So, like, to put it in terms for today's society to understand, it'd be like you swipe left on the nice guy, and you swipe right on the cute guy. The naturalness bias is a hidden prejudice against those who have achieved what they have because they worked for it, and a hidden preference for those whom we think arrived at their place in life because they're naturally talented. We may not admit to others this bias for naturals, and we may not even admit it to ourselves, but the bias is evident in the choices we make. Her own life is an interesting example of the natural versus striver phenomenon. Now a professor at University College London, she publishes her scholarly work in the most prestigious of academic journals. As a child, she attended classes at Juilliard, whose pre-college program invites students who exhibit the talent, potential, and accomplishment to pursue a career in music, to experience an atmosphere where artistic gifts and technical skills can flourish. She holds several degrees from Harvard. Her first was a bachelor's degree in psychology. She graduated magna cum laude with the highest honors. I hate that phrase. She also has 2 master's degrees, one in the history of science and the other in social psychology. Boring. Just kidding. She's like super badass and obviously very brilliant. Finally, while completing her PhD in organizational behavior in psychology at Harvard, she also picked up a secondary PhD in music, because why not? I mean, why wouldn't you? Impressed? If not, let me add that she also has degrees from the Peabody Conservatory in Piano Performance and Pedagogy. Might have butchered that one a little bit. Pedagogy. I don't know. Go ahead and correct me if you're that type of person that wants to correct. I'm all for constructive criticism. Doesn't mean I'm going to listen to it or take it into consideration or change anything about myself, but bring it on. And yes, she's performed at Carnegie Hall, not to mention Lincoln Center, the Kennedy Center, and at the Palace recital commemorating the presidency of the European Union. If you only saw her credentials, you might leap to the conclusion that she was born more gifted than anyone you know. What an extraordinarily talented young woman. And if her research is right, that explanation would embellish her accomplishments with more luster, more mystery, and more awe than the alternative. The alternative being, what an extraordinarily dedicated, hard-working woman. And then what would happen? There's a vast amount of research on what happens when we believe a student is especially talented. We begin to lavish extra attention on them and hold them to higher expectations. We expect them to excel, and that expectation becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I've asked her what she makes of her own musical accomplishments. Well, I guess I may have some talent. But I think more than that, I loved music so much I practiced 4 to 6 hours a day all throughout childhood, and in college, despite a punishing schedule of classes and activities, she made time to practice almost as much. So yes, she has some talent, but she's a striver too. Why did she practice so much, I wondered. Was it forced on her? Did she have any choice in the matter? Oh, it was me. It was what I wanted, she said. I wanted to get better and better and better. When I practiced piano, I pictured myself on stage in front of a crowded audience, and I imagined them clapping. So you guys, there it is. Half the battle is really in your imagination. It's in your self-talk. It's in what's inside of you. So like when we, earlier I mentioned when we fall down figuratively in life, what matters more than talent or intelligence or luck or blah, 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 is what goes through our mind and what we have inside of us that can create, it can kind of chart a course of happiness for us, and that way we stay on track because it comes from in here, not out there. Okay? Thank you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't go out in Winter Storm June if you don't have to. It's dangerous. Don't want anybody to get hurt. Just stay in and go stir crazy like the rest of us. Good night. Much love.